Hello, ladies and gentlemen out there. Good morning, boys and girls. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today will be, as usual, this is the WWE podcast. Make sure that you subscribe. We're on all platforms out there. Subscribe to them. Recommend to the family and friends. Make sure you put those notifications up so we can continue to get the views up and keep going from there and everything else. Today is going to be kind of a little bit of a wrap up, and then I'm going to open it up. We're going to do like just a free form, ask simple questions and stuff like that. And, we're going to go for that. First of all, hope everybody good.
Good.
Yeah. Rail West did what you need to do. Anybody got to work for the 4th of July?
Nope, I'm off for the whole week for a shutdown off my job.
Oh, okay. You got any plans while you off this whole week?
Just hang out with the family, cookouts, fireworks. There's stuff around here, really. No big plans.
Yeah. What about you, little Miss Lily?
Just to the window, to the wall.
To the window, to the wall. That's it. Just gonna go from the window and look out. Nothing else. Nothing more than that.
Sometimes that's the best when you get to stay in your house.
Silence, right?
Yeah, silence. Just shh.
Peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Unless your husband decide to come disturb you.
Yeah. But I wouldn't call it disturbance, though.
Not really, huh?
That's a whole other story.
Oh, yeah, when I'm coming cracking jokes. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? Just sitting here watching TV, watching anything else. Oh, good. All right, so we kick off from last week, Friday. Then we'll work our way into Saturday, and then from there we'll work into Monday. Any major, I want to say, things that you could recall or that happened on Friday leading into Saturday?
Well, it wasn't much that was leading. It was more for entertainment purposes. Like they had JC Mateo taking on Jimmy Uso.
Okay.
And Solo Sikoa was in the corner.
And Mateo is the new guy he brought in, right?
From the Bloodline, yeah.
Right.
Well, his Bloodline, yeah.
That's the one that Jacob don't like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that he keeps saying, man, I don't know you. You ain't family. I don't like you. I was like, damn, Jacob, that's how you beat, bro. That's how you beat. I guess that's how you really feeling anything like that. Anything that you caught a glimpse of on Friday?
Julia won the title, the U.S. title from Zelina Vega that night.
Yeah, she did.
I didn't expect that really to happen.
You didn't expect that? You ain't see that coming?
Well, I knew she was trying to like fight her for it or whatever. So I know they were like talking about it and stuff like backstage. And then didn't she attack her backstage?
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
There were some words between.
There was just maybe some words exchanged. I think.
So how do you feel about Julia winning?
Actually, I think it's a good thing. Give her a little bit more of a push since they moved her up from NXT.
So, with that being by you saying Julia being the United States Women champion, what do you think would probably hold in the cards for Stephanie Valkyria then?
Well, since Stephanie's on another thing, she's on Raw,
right?
And Julia's on SmackDown, so.
They got to give her some type of storyline too now, right?
Well, the people from SmackDown, yeah, there might be some women that's going after that title on SmackDown. Yes.
So okay, all right. Well, hey, did that happen Monday or was it Friday with John Cena and CM Punk?
That was Friday.
That was on Friday. They exchanged
words
or whatever with each other.
She showed it to me.
When it was like 2 times, wasn't it? That they had like a confrontation.
It was more. The first one was kind of a beat down. That was kind of the week before, where he put CM Punk through a table.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he was repeating that promo that CM Punk did back in 2011. So
Oh,
now,
you talking about when he crossed his legs and set up there,
yeah,
like on the
he's-
ramp?
Yeah,
Okay.
he started talking. So this time John did it, but this particular one on Friday, CM Punk came out dressed up as John Cena from when he was doing the Thugonomics.
I seen that clip. You showed it to me.
Yeah, with the drug free.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. And then he started.
He did a little rap battle. So
Yeah.
to speak. Well, it wasn't a battle. It was more of a rap.
Yeah, and he didn't. He couldn't say nothing. He was speechless. That's what I thought. I'm looking like, really? Because he had the whole clothes to the to the old song and everything, and I'm looking like, damn, CM Punk. Like this is funny, and that old wacko chain, you know what I'm saying, and everything else. And I got to thinking, and I'm like, how could somebody, they want to call him the GOAT, but yet The Undertaker has always changed his image up. CM Punk then changed up a little bit of image. Hell, Drew done did it. Seth done did it. Roman done did it. But his was like, from when he came in, we knew how he came in. It was ruthless aggression. Then it went to the Thugonomics. And then from there, it just went to this straight loyalty, hustle, respect. Like, okay, all right. But then the song kept the same. You came out, Slam, doing the same thing, holding a little towel up. And then I'm looking like,
With the Marine and the Fruity Pebble shirt. Yeah.
right, Marine and Fruity Pebble shirt. And I'm like, for you to go heel, you're not going to change up your look. You're not going to change up the music. Right. Because normally when someone goes heel, don't they kind of change up they look a little bit, change the music up a little bit, just a smidge, not like looking like.
But he's retiring, so he probably don't care.
My time is up. Your time is up. Your time surely is now. Hey, wrap it up, John. Gotta roll. I still don't think he's leaving with that title. Because October's supposed to be his last month, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's leaving with that title. I don't know how y'all feel. I don't think he's leaving with that title.
He's beating everybody so far.
Yeah.
But the referees keep getting taken out.
Yeah, you noticed that?
Every match.
Just about every match of every guy that has beaten John Cena, he knocks the ref out.
Yeah,
he did that with Randy Orton. He did that with CM Punk.
Right.
So
that is funny. Like how and how is it every time that you're wrestling for the title and you like literally lose the match or somebody got you pinned and the ref's nowhere to be found.
Right.
Because you knocked them out. Like, bro.
Then he grabs the belt every time, acts like he's gonna hit him, tricks him.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? This whole
change it up a little bit. Next time.
I mean, normally when you play a heel, you're supposed to play it to the point where people really don't. And it's like, he ain't playing a very good heel to me, honestly. It's like, that's just my opinion. I mean, like, I'll say, I'm not a John Cena fan.
Well, there's really no rules to playing a heel, if you really think about it.
Shit.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you play a heel however you want to. Take everybody else that started off as a heel. You can even go back as far as Stone Cold when he was the ringmaster.
Oh, don't even get started on that.
He was considered a heel until he changed his persona, and he was still supposed to be portrayed as a heel, but everybody started to like him because he was being him.
Right, because oh man, that the ringmaster did the ringmaster.
Remember he came out here and said Austin 316.
Yeah, that's when he was getting ready to take on Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, yeah, it's after he beat him for the King of the Ring.
Yeah, because what did he say? You come out here with all your little Bible phrases and everything.
Yeah, John 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 said, "I just whipped your ass."
And when he said that, it just like
blew up, man. Everybody started liking him after that. Right. You know.
Yeah, he was the perfect like heel baby face. You really can't say he a heel. You really can't say he a baby face. He was just like a renegade if you really think about it. Just like
Right.
He's like, I'm doing me, basically.
Right. You know, like he just straight roll with it. Like,
And in this case of John Cena, he's just gonna do what he's gonna do.
right. And
So there's really no rules. It's like there's no rules to being a baby face other than trying to get the crowd involved. You clap, you smile, you do all that stuff. But the heel, they come out making the mean faces like he's trying to do or whatever. But they change it up.
And then he always, once again, what does heels normally do? They always try to get the crowd. Oh, you turned on me. You never did this and that. So
then the crowd will be like, "Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks." I'm like,
right. Yeah, that's wild. So now, what was the first match on Night of Champions?
That was Cody taking on Randy for the King of the Ring.
How did that match go?
It was neck and neck, almost tied. Just like you didn't even know what the outcome was going to be. Even though I did kind of predict Cody, because even though Randy is also going after that title, because he wanted to do number 15, I feel like Cody kind of has a revenge thing with John. And because of that, he won. Now he takes on John Cena at SummerSlam.
So, because I remember last time we was on the show, and y'all gave y'all certain predictions how it would be if this person and that person was around, and you literally said Randy and
No, I said it was gonna be Randy and Cody.
you said Randy and Cody, and who did you say?
I said Cody.
You said Cody would more likely end up winning the whole thing.
Yeah, we were talking about Randy and both going.
Right. Because I was just like, you don't know who's going to end up in the finals or whatever else. But I give y'all credit. Y'all predicted right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, since y'all predicting that way, y'all sure y'all don't want to go play the lottery then?
I feel like Orton and Cody are like kind of turning, maybe, I don't know. They showed signs of like maybe turning heel kind of in the match. And like at the end, Orton was like giving this look like outside of the ring when he was like talking about winning it and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think,
who knows?
but I think Randy's frustrated too because he hasn't won and he's just pretty much done. Like I came back from his back injury.
Right.
And I'm constantly in the ring to take on somebody for the title, and I still come up short each and every time. So I smell frustration on his part.
So you think he might end up doing something crazy?
Well, we have known Randy to pull out the Viper there. I'm calling that for nothing. How he can, one minute he's a heel and everybody like him, and then he turns back heel again, and then everybody likes him again.
Yeah, that's Randy for you. I mean, like, they don't call him the Viper for nothing, you know what I'm saying? You gotta
go by the voices in his head.
It's like unpredictable what's gonna happen sometimes.
You know, we was talking about that. It's funny how, you know, when he coming out and if they're across seas, they'll sing certain parts of the lyrics of the song, but then they don't sing the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's everywhere. That's not just across seas.
They don't.
They know I hear voices in my head. They counsel me, and then when it gets to that other part, they go mute, and then they talk to me. I'm like,
the women can't show like no skin or nothing, so they have to wear like the full body.
Oh yeah,
body outfits and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
we was talking about that too, like how just the women got to be from head to toe. Dressed up and everything else. What was the next match after that?
I want to say, I just went blank because I actually remember what it was. I had it.
Saw them tweets.
No, it was all those matches, and how long ago was that?
That was just Saturday.
Today is Tuesday.
Really? You just really Tuesday.
Was it Solo and Jacob Fatu match after that, or was it?
That was a little later.
I bet you it was some match that nobody really cared about. I mean, could be. I'm still waiting for her to pull it up. Really?
Oh, it was Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight.
Did Rhea really whoop her ass?
Yeah. But
You didn't
Rhea,
watch
At first,
but
Raquel
Rhea was getting
her.
yeah, but Rhea was getting beat.
Mm.
When Raquel tied on the ropes,
And then Roxanne Perez came out there to try to help her, but Rhea like destroyed her, and then went in the ring, destroyed the other one, and then pinned her and won.
Damn.
Raquel she did like an avalanche riptide off the top rope.
Oh shit!
Corner.
on a table.
On a table.
There was a table, and Rhea was on the table with Raquel. And
But
then
yeah, it was like in the corner.
Mm.
yeah, because I remember at the match, she's like, "I just hope I didn't fall." But she's trying to do
Oh
it.
wow! Damn.
Yeah.
So the match was pretty good then, right?
Oh yeah, it was pretty even, Steven.
Back and forth. Okay.
All that strength and strength.
Okay. What's the next match?
And the United States title of Jacob Fatu and Solo.
All right, let's really talk on that deep dive because, I didn't watch it, and because I was barbecuing, I was getting everything together for the late on in the evening. But when you explained it to me, how Solo won and everything else, it's just basically a whole bunch of fucking interference because who came out?
But it was like an even interference.
JC came running down there first.
Mm-hmm.
But he got whatever. He got knocked out of the ring, didn't he?
Because that was Penta.
Right.
Penta came down.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a guy that came out we saw that was covered up. And that was Tongaloa came back from injury.
Wow.
And then Sami Zayn came down. And then that was even. And then finally you had Tama Tonga, which is the little brother of Tongaloa. But he's 7 feet tall. So he's like
They call him. He got another name too, don't they? They call him something else.
It was Haikulu, and they changed it to Tama Tonga. And then you also have Tama Tonga. So he wasn't there that night. So now Solo got 5 total, including him.
5?
Yeah.
Let me just break that sign.
So you got himself. You got Tama Tonga. Tala Tonga. Tongaloa. And then JC Mateo.
It's kind of confusing with their names.
I know the Tonga, but they all 3 are Tongas.
How long you want to keep this damn bloodline going on?
Because all the Tongas are brothers.
That says Bloodline number 3 or something.
Yeah.
I seen this YouTube video I was watching.
Did Jimmy come out?
No, unfortunately, it was Jacob against 4.
Wow.
Jacob tried to fight them off, but it's too many people.
And they gave the belt to Solo.
No, Solo pinned him, and he won.
I say you gave it to him on all damn interference. Like I guess for me, when I look at matches, I want to see how well you can handle yourself without someone interfering, without somebody of your party or anything like that interfering. Let me get a good grasp how you are technically one-on-one in the ring. Are you pretty good without anybody interfering in your match? And it's like what
okay, I know you want to see a one-on-one match all the time, but like if they didn't do that, it wouldn't be that exciting.
Yeah, I mean,
I
know.
like if someone didn't come running down,
Yeah,
it'd be kind of boring.
I know it's good, but I'm talking about not all the time.
I know.
It just seems like when Solo's wrestling,
it's like every single time.
Yeah. So how can I really say, oh, you really good in the ring and you can't win it literally by yourself?
The majority of the match, though, it was Solo and Jacob. It was majority those two were going at it. It was just too even, kind of even Steven. So naturally, when you got that and it seemed like Jacob was about to get the upper hand, which you know he will, then here comes, then here that comes.
Because that's how I felt about Dominic for a minute. I'm like, every time you win in the match, here comes Liv interfering some way, somehow. Here come Raquel. Or just any part of the Judgment Day. But then when he won that title and it was literally by himself, I was like, okay, I got mad respect for you now. Didn't nobody interfere or nobody messing anything up like that. So I was like, okay, I got respect for you. I guess that's just the way I'm looking at it. But
no, you gotta look at the excitement.
Yeah, I know it got to be the excitement, but I'm talking about if I'm wrestling, okay, you interfere in my match, okay, cool. But I ain't talking about every time I'm in the ring. No, because to me that's saying that you telling me I can't do this by myself.
No, that's the appeal. Because here's the thing. If you have watched their careers from the time that they started in development, probably all the way up to where they at, you would know the skills that they have. Mm-hmm. So right now, you just playing into the story. Mm-hmm. And you're doing the story. So the story, naturally, you always going to have somebody back you up. It's no different in real life, you know. You doing something or you have somebody.
Right.
And they're battling you, so to speak. And then you have your family or your friends that come in to make sure they got your back.
Gotcha.
But if they don't come, then you be like, where were you at?
Right.
So it's the same concept, but it's just entertaining.
Just like one of those things, man. I'm over here getting drunk, man. Where the hell you at, man? You wouldn't know where to be found, man. You sitting over there just chilling. And I'm over here getting whooped on.
Like they say, yeah, I had your back. Yeah, way back.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. What was the match after that?
Then it was Sami Zayn taking on Karrion Kross. This match was very particular to me. It kind of showed the skills of Karrion Kross, which is one of the things I was pushing, that they need to get him more matches. Because he pretty much had Sami beat, in my opinion.
Right.
Majority of the match, and then Sami Zayn did that one little Lua kick, and that was it. So I was kind of mad about that, and I showed you the result of that when you saw the ending.
Yeah, to me that's a move that's weak. I'm like, Haluma kick. That's a weak ass move.
It's easy to get like caught up trying to do it too. Like if as soon as you're coming at them, they already know, and they're like,
right,
you dodge it and do their move.
Exactly, because it's like his leg is up, like you can't catch his leg, and then in between, and I'm like, come on, man. I'm like,
yeah, but in my opinion, Karrion Kross should have won that match.
I think he should have won the match.
Yeah, because he had him the majority of the match.
What about you?
It wasn't doing good most of the match. He had him, and until like the end, and then he just randomly hit him with that kick, and then won.
Because she showed me, I think I walked in the tail end of the match. She showed me he had put him in a corner. He ran and hit him the first time, right? And then when he was getting ready to do it the second time, Karrion Kross was walking to the other side of the ring, and then as soon as he turned around, bam, Sami kicked him. I'm like,
it was like 3 times.
Right.
That was like the third time when you walked in.
I'm like, come on.
But Karrion Kross put him in like the straight jacket move like 3 times.
And he even choked him out, it looked like, a few times. Because I remember I told you he did the Hulk Hogan when he lifted his arm up, and then that third time, you know.
Wow. Damn.
Karrion Kross looks so different. Like I remember when he was bald and he had like that helmet that he would come out with,
right?
In like NXT or wherever. I think it was NXT.
Yeah, it was NXT.
Now he got the long hair, doing what he doing and everything else. So like, hey, I think that is another person that should get,
he needs more matches.
Like after the people that he was with got like pretty much they're not in WWE.
AOP.
Yeah, after they're like gone. He pretty much fell off and by himself backstage doing like random like promos, and talking to people. No matches though.
Right.
Like,
and then,
he's a dominant force. They need to give him more matches.
And the next match after that was what?
Jade Cargill taking on Asuka.
Yeah, I was happy, but I wasn't too happy because I like Jade, but I'm still more of a bigger fan of Asuka than Jade. But I like Jade. I really do. And you told me, you just said that Asuka's going to have a hard time because you got someone that's a striker that is in Asuka. And then you got power. And you also said you're like, more power is gonna win because.
Well, where in her case of Jade, if the match was short like it was, then Jade would have had the upper hand. But if that match could have kept going, that would have been more on Asuka because she's more of a technical wrestler and Jade is more of just a powerhouse.
Right, but what I'm also saying is the next step for Jade is she has to have longer matches to showcase how much your talent really is. Like, so people would really see that expanding of your talent instead of like, okay, yeah, you straight power, this and that, and your matches don't last that long. No, let me see it go a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
But you notice with powerhouses over time, you seen the bigger person. None of them can go that long because there'll be a disadvantage.
Not all of them.
So some of them will. And it's a disadvantage. Like if you had like an Andre the Giant type of guy or King Kong Bundy if they're not agile like the Undertaker was or people like that.
See,
because that's longevity because he had not just all of that brute strength, but he also had some technical. He could put you in a sleeper or one of those leg locks or something like that.
Right.
Jade, not so much. Yeah. And because she don't know how to do much of that, she has to rely mostly on her strength.
That's why she got to keep constantly just continue evolving, work.
Yeah, she just got to keep at it because then that will make her a definite powerhouse.
As much as I don't like John Cena, his matches back then used to be pretty long, and he was power. The Rock, his was power. Like so, they kept learning.
But they did other stuff too.
Yeah, right, and I can agree with that. So, so now the question is, who is Jade gonna end up taking on?
Well, she has to decide that. But More Relief is her brand. She'll be taking on Tiffany.
SmackDown?
Yeah.
But I thought just because if you win, it didn't matter what brand you took on.
It was the brand or whoever they decide.
Okay.
But that would not be a bad match, Tiffany and Jade.
Yeah, but we know Tiffany will win, though, just because they want her to hold that title just a bit little longer than what she's holding it.
I don't know.
I think so. I mean, she just how long she had the title for?
Just about a year now.
Tiffany?
She won it last year. Because she was the Money in the Bank winner. She won the Money in the Bank and then she won
she won it right before WrestleMania. Yeah, that is right. Yeah. Because she went off of Nia Jax at what event?
It wasn't off of because she came in the match. I think it was Nia Jax was taking on Naomi, somebody, and that's when Tiffany had cashed in right then and there. Right. She kind of stabbed her in the back. That was that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so it wasn't that many matches that night of the champion, right?
There was another match.
There was 6 total, and then the last match, which was John and CM Punk.
Who was after that? Who was after Jade and
John and CM Punk. That was the last match.
How did that match go? Yeah, y'all laugh.
How you think it went? He's still the champion.
Yeah, but I mean, details like what happened?
What didn't happen? Like so many people interfered.
The referee too.
First of all, who knocked out the referee?
John
Cena did. And he was going to try to hit him with the belt, right? And then
he changed his mind.
And then Seth Rollins came out, right?
Because he was going to try to cash in the Money in the Bank. And then John yelled at him, talking about, what are you doing? You know, and he like, what you think I'm doing? You know? But that means he had to defeat him. Then that was the interference with that. But what got me with that match so coincidentally when John knocked out the ref, and after Seth did what he was going to do, all of a sudden he summoned another ref. Now, as that ref was coming down, John knocked down that referee.
That had me rolling.
Yeah, because it was almost like he was just running, and all of a sudden, John just boom, and he flew about 2 feet.
Oh,
like shoulder tackled him.
So after he did that, and then it's just all of a sudden everything was done. They did what they did. Seth Rollins came in, did the curb stomp on CM Punk. Because at first, they kind of, for a hot second, CM Punk and John Cena were allies, trying to get Seth out the way. And then they gave this big hug.
He
gave him this big hug.
CM Punk pushed Bronson Reed off the top, like the ropes, I think. And then was his breaker out there?
Yep.
And something happened. I don't remember what happened to him.
Yeah.
He was out of the way anyway.
So then, so he knocked him out. So CM Punk was thinking, so he shook his hand out. He shook it. They hugging, and then John made that face again. That same face he made when he's about to turn on Cody. And then CM Punk knew that, so he was about to kick him, but he grabbed him. And then Seth came, curb stomped him in between all of that. And then all of a sudden the referee woke up.
Cena threw Rollins out, and then he pinned Punk.
Yeah, all of a sudden the ref just, after he been out all that time, just like that, popped up. Like it was a miracle. Hallelujah. It popped up.
Wow.
That match.
It was wild, right?
There was too much going on.
Who knows what happened to the other ref? John Cena hit him so damn hard.
Well, they were showing actually after even at the crowd left and everything, he still laid out with all the debris.
The ref.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That was Charles Robinson, the referee. He was still laid out. The crowd then left and everything. It was just nothing but the debris. And he's still laying
They
there.
didn't even send no medical or nothing. They just leave him.
They just left him there. Everybody gone.
Man,
They just left
I'm the
him
ref.
there.
You don't send me no medical, and you mean tell me who was it Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and somebody else that didn't even check on a damn ref?
No, they all probably just stepped over him and kept walking.
That's wild.
I don't know. That was funny. They actually showed everybody was gone. It was just debris of cups and stuff that needed to be cleaned up. He's just laying there still.
So, how do you even feel about Night of Champions?
Well, for me, there were some good matches. There was some that could be better. And then there were just some that, like the Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross thing. That it was just that whole time. Just imagine you dominating everything and everybody in the match, and then all of a sudden you do one little move, 1, 2, 3. After you dominated the entire match.
Y'all don't think Sami Zayn is a little bit overrated?
Yeah. But I don't know. He don't win a lot of He really wasn't the champion that long. One time, 2 times maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I look at him like that's your move.
Like he just
that move is not like exciting to me.
He's not like one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. Really, I mean,
yeah.
I told my buddy, I said, man, he look like he's from the trailer park or something. He was with the trailer park boys in Canada or something.
Yeah, like I just look at his move like that's your move.
And what's the other one? What's it called? The Blue Thunder? Is that
something like
Blue
that?
Thunder Bomb? Is that what he does? That one's pretty good. That move's decent.
Right.
I think he's more better entertainer than a wrestler to me. Because when he does a little skits, like sometimes you see him with the Usos or something like that, I find that a little bit funny.
Okay.
As an entertainment, but as a wrestler, I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler, but it's
not entertaining.
It just drags.
Are you not entertained?
Or have a lot of matches with the same exact people over and over and just keep losing.
Because he did have a few matches that was like that where he kept wrestling.
Gunther, he was trying to take on
Gunther.
Gunther.
I remember that.
I think like 3 times.
Yeah.
And
before he eventually beat him for the Intercontinental title, like I remember that. So yeah, that's why. So what happened on yesterday? There she goes. She laughing, people. She laughing.
Well, it started off with Rhea coming out there and talking for a minute, and then Io came out there and then challenged her to a match or whatever for the title.
So Io literally challenged
Pretty
Rhea.
much. Yeah.
That's wild.
Because she says, I want to challenge the best, and Rhea is the best.
At SummerSlam.
No, Evolution.
Yeah, Evolution.
Oh, yeah. Evolution. Evolution, the all women's pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's that. Hey, wow, that's pretty cool. How do y'all actually? How do you feel about the women's evolution? How do you feel about that?
Well, for one, it's too long coming. The first one was almost 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a long time coming. It should have been like a every year thing from the first one. And this is now they just on their second one.
Right. So what are some of the matches that you've kind of maybe heard about so far at Women's Evolution?
Well, it's gonna be that match. They say something about Women's Battle Royal, and I told you about Roxanne. She's taking Liv Morgan's place. So now they have to take on a tag team from every brand. So they got a tag team from NXT, a tag team from Raw, and a tag team from SmackDown.
And they don't know any of them yet.
Damn.
It's like a fatal 4-way for the tag team championships.
A fatal 4-way all at once?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 damn women in the ring? Oh, wow. And then whoever get pinned, that's
the champ.
You don't have to be pinned in order to lose it. It's just whoever get pinned.
Right.
I feel like they're gonna try to make them the tag team, like her, Raquel, and her, to bring back Liv to go for the women's title or something. So they all have gold on the Judgment Day, maybe something like that.
I can see it, but then I don't see it because Liv and Roxanne don't really like each other. So how's that storyline gonna turn out?
Well, so far, because everybody is starting to like her, except for Raquel, she's still on the fence. But everybody, and Dominic is kind of it too. So they starting to like her.
See, that's what I'm saying though.
But Finn brought her in too.
Right.
So.
I don't want it to go down like the storyline of how it was. Even though it wasn't identical, but it was close, but not identical. You change up a few little. I don't want it to go down the road like how they did Rig. You know what I'm saying? Whereas didn't nobody bring in Liv. Liv was always coming out to Dominic, this and that, and then that just happened, right? And then what happened? Liv happened to get the damn title, and so on and so on. But this time, they bring her in, which is more of damn shit. Just lost my damn train of thought. But they bring her in, and then now you fill in for Liv for the tag team titles, and then if Liv come back, now it's like okay, now you got friction. Now Liv is kicked out. I don't want it to go like that. It's like we seen that story a little bit,
right,
but
with Rhea, really,
what yeah, exactly. What Rhea, but not to the all the way exactly like that.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Who knows?
They got Raquel too. So.
But Roxanne clearly stated, "I'm just here until Liv gets back." But we all know how that goes.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean, you can play that storyline either way. You can play it as Liv come back, and everybody started liking Roxanne, because she's actually good to have around, and then nobody paid attention to Liv.
That's what I'm. See?
No, but I'm not talking about kicking her out per se, but they just not paying attention.
And then what she gonna eventually? I'm gonna leave.
I mean,
come on now, man.
We don't know.
Yes, I mean that's the thing about the storyline. That's the thing with the writers. How they gonna make this exciting and entertainment to keep you like, oh wow, what's gonna happen next?
Because now Liv can become a babyface
again, right?
There's a number of things. I don't know. Yeah. Anything could play out, or who knows? Raquel might be loyal, and if Liv decides to leave, Raquel leaves with her because she's always been loyal to Liv.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So I mean, you can play that storyline.
What else happened on Monday?
We have new tag team champions now. We went from one day to the next day. The New Day lost to Judgment Day.
How the hell they lose?
They lost.
Fair and square. Nobody interfered, no nothing.
No.
They've done it fair and square. Finn. All of them. It's just those two taking on the other two. No interference. And this was the funny part. Everybody was cheering for the New Day. I mean, for Judgment Day. they wanted them to win because, New Day are now heels.
Yeah.
And JD McDonough hit that move. What's it called? Where he like flips with him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh,
And they changed so many names. But, yep, they won it fair and square. So, as of right now, Judgment Day got most of the gold.
Yeah, they only got, what?
They got tag team champs for
Women.
and men, and Dominic still got the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, but I see something changing, though. I don't know what. It's just, it is in my gut. It's in my feeling. Like, something finna change with them. Something finna happen that's just gonna be like, wow, like, you wouldn't expect it coming.
Well, stay tuned, because that's the point. You want that.
AJ Styles is trying to fight Dominic, but he got a broken heart, so he has a doctor's note.
That was funny.
That's the injury?
I guess.
Remember when he had the paperwork?
Right, yeah.
He was on the paperwork, and it was a legitimate paperwork. Because Liv is not there.
Yeah, but he said the doctor said that you can't touch me, or who was the general manager?
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce. He said, yeah, you can't touch me. If you even let a finger on me, there goes your title shot and everything else. And he was like, you might want to put on your glasses to read that OG.
And he pulled out his glasses and he read it. Actually, I understand, AJ, because I'm about the same age as you, and you got to read that fine print. So, yeah, you got to put them glasses on.
And then what did he say to him? He said, you what?
He said, it says right here, you're a punk ass.
Oh, wow, man. That part,
funny.
that was funny.
Yep.
And he said, let a finger. So, wait, they saying his injury is a broken heart?
Yeah.
Because Liv's gone.
Man, mama, I'll whoop your ass. That's not a legitimate injury.
Well, according to the doctors, it is.
Man, come on.
He got the paperwork.
So when did he fight him?
Just whenever they decide to make that match.
Man, get out of here with all that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do that for Saturday night's main event, which is coming up.
They're going to make him fight. I mean, he can't just hold it and not fight.
Yeah.
Because even Adam Pearce was looking like, really?
Right. I do remember that before that, I did see Adam Pearce with New Day, and New Day was talking a whole bunch of smack. Adam Pearce like, you're going to have a title match. And they was like, against who? You never gave us nobody. And that's what, Xavier Woods was like Xavier Woods was like, no, like what, you gonna make us fight somebody? And no, it can't do that. I'm laughing at Kofi's new his beard, shade the mustache off right here, and then just got like the little chin strap right here. They call that the Wolverine look. So I know, I'm like, wow, it's just funny. And then Xavier's hair. This is like he got like a little. It's kind of short right here in the middle part right here, and I'm like,
yeah, he got like a Mr. T braided thing. I don't know what that is.
They say it looked like that ring announcer, that chick. That
her
hair that has her hair like that too.
Yeah, they do.
They said he stole her hairstyle.
That's like to me that's funny than the mug. So I'm like, hey, what else happened?
A very interesting thing that I just thought about. They were talking about Americano, Grande Americano. Okay. I don't know if you remember the segment, but Chad Gable, he can't wrestle.
Yeah, his arm messed up.
Okay. But then a segment that you did miss, there was Grande Americano walking out through, and everybody looking like, what's that? But all of a sudden, he grew.
Right? Why was he so tall?
Now he's tall and muscular. And if you notice in the background when they were talking, it was always Ludwig Kaiser.
Right, exactly.
So Ludwig Kaiser, they have reason to believe, is Grande Americano.
Huh.
So
because they saying now he's shaped like Ludwig Kaiser.
So you trying to tell me that Chad Gable is still trying to go, that's literally not me, so how about we make this him? But he grew. Like, come on, man.
You could definitely tell he was way
Yeah, because even it was American Made and Ivy, they were looking up at like, what?
I'm trying to figure out how they finna play this story.
I think that's how they're going to do it. They got to do, because everybody in their mind thinking it's Chad Gable like you're doing. So since he can't wrestle, why not have a Grande Americano come out and wrestle and have some matches?
But at the same time, though, you going to look at it like, man, bro, no. Ain't no way in the world you grew just like that. You're a little bit more, you're not hulky, but you're a little bit more kind of like slim.
And defined.
And defined in shape.
Yeah, you went from 5'9" to 6 feet tall overnight.
Oh God! No way.
So
did he walk like Luke Wick?
We couldn't tell because he was walking, because they were doing an interview with American Made and Ivy Nile, and they even the announcers were like, "What?" And everybody was just confused, and they like, "No comment." We're gonna leave this be, and they all walked off. So. We're going to see how that goes. But that was one of the interesting things that happened last night.
That is just so wild to me. I'm like, that's crazy. I got to excuse me from yarn, and I'm just like so drained. I don't know why, but I'm just drained. All I did was cut the grass today. That's it. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? So
he cut a lot of grass.
People out there, if you know what it means where you got a whole backyard where you need a ride lawnmower and you only got the little push lawnmower, you would understand exactly what I'm talking about. So,
but I think that's falling on you because you only said you was going to cut the front and not the back.
But it was just like I cut the front and then I was like,
I might as well keep going.
Got a little burst of energy. But as I'm cutting, I want to say about like that third pass, I'm like.
That's why you still tired.
Drained. I was like, man, I gotta.
And it was also hot outside, so you did that all in the heat.
Yeah. So, but I felt the cool breeze though. It was a nice little, decent breeze, whatever else.
Heat is draining.
But anything else? No CM Punk, no John Cena, no Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth Rollins came out and kind of did a segment and.
First of all, what did he have on?
I showed you that with the white shoes.
He did the Martin. Look at the white shoes.
Yeah, like he was one of them background singers for either R&B group. The one in the back that always be doing whatever.
And some leather pants.
They weren't leather, but yeah. I like the outfit with the see-through shirt. That was funny. And, he was talking smack. And then CM Punk came out, was chasing him, fighting for a second. And then he ran all the way to the rafters. And then that's when LA Knight met him at the rafters and was beating up Seth Rollins in the arena, throwing popcorn and beer and everything at each other.
I thought LA Knight was out for a minute.
I thought so too, but he's back.
He come up behind him eating some popcorn or something.
Yeah.
Like he was a person just watching the show. I'm like, wait, that's LA Knight?
Man, wow.
Yeah.
And then they had Bayley and Lyra fought, right?
Yeah, they was trying to determine who would be the next to take on the Intercontinental Champion, which is Becky. But it was a draw.
A double pin or something.
They both pinned each other. Both of their shoulders were down on how they did the pinning combination.
How the hell?
You know how you do a German suplex? Bayley's shoulders was down and Lyra's was down at the same time.
I smell a three-way.
And then
Yep. Probably for the Evolution.
And then Nia and Tiffany fought, right? Was that Monday?
That was SmackDown.
SmackDown?
Oh, wow.
And Tiffany won that one.
Well, that's to be expected.
And then I feel like on SmackDown wasn't the Wyatt 6 in one
Oh, yeah,
match?
they took on the Street Profits for the tag team titles.
It
lost.
was no contest, I think, right? Wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Wow. That is just... It's crazy. I feel like some almost time, like, that's another young lady that they don't know what to do with is Nikki Cross. Like, what do you really do with her? Like,
well, she definitely gonna be in the Evolution, I'm sure.
yeah. But to do what though? You know, I mean, who we fight?
Well, she probably could be in the Battle Royal.
Oh, so they doing the Battle Royal at Evolution?
Yeah, I said that earlier.
That's dope.
Remember when she was like that superhero chick?
She played a lot of roles.
She like wore that little mask and that blue.
And before that, she was almost like the psychotic. She started that role in NXT.
Right. Yeah. So that was all that happened on SmackDown. You can't really think of anything in between there.
That was mainly the significance.
I mean, overall.
But yeah, it was just preparing. Like they were talking about matches that was happening on Saturday night's main event, which is Gunther and Goldberg.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Hey, I'm a Goldberg fan, but I know Goldberg ain't winning that. Come on, like really?
He said it's gonna be the retirement match.
Okay, all right, Goldberg. You're not winning, buddy. Look at me. You're not next. You're not winning.
When he was in his prime, he had that long run of wins.
Yeah.
But that was when he was younger, in his prime, you know?
Man,
and now he's kind of aged. He's 58. Come on, man.
Goldberg, you're
Like
not
his son
winning,
is old enough to take him on.
Yeah, that is funny to me and everything else. So I'm just trying to figure out. We already know that, but who's gonna be the next person to step up to challenge Gunther? Because I believe that with Jade is over with. Because you know, you said that you believe that
Seth Rollins.
She said Jimmy, Jay, probably Jacob, and maybe somebody else is gonna form another faction of a bloodline.
Could be Roman Reigns.
On Monday, didn't they have Gunther? They had like words and stuff, and they got a little tussle, and Gunther got knocked down.
That was with the CM Punk and Seth Rollins thing.
Okay.
Because when Gunther came out, started talking and about the championship, and then Seth Rollins came out. So it looked like that was going to be a match, but then that's when CM Punk came out because he's still getting that.
Right, and see, that's the thing. You don't know what title Seth is really going to go after of. But I think it's going to be more John Cena title.
Seth Rollins said nobody's safe.
Yeah,
really,
so it could be anybody.
Briefcase,
right.
And
who knows?
Because now he got a custom-made briefcase now.
But you don't think Gunther's going to get the jackhammer slam?
He might, but he ain't. Man, Gunther's gonna win.
Gunther's big though. I don't know if we can pick him up that high anymore.
Yeah, man, Gunther is gonna win. I'm just trying to figure out who's gonna come next for the title. Who's gonna give Gunther like a good match, like good storyline?
Probably CM Punk.
I can see that
because he wants gold. That was his main purpose of coming back. He wants the gold.
And where's Drew at?
Hiatus for a minute.
Okay.
I just saw him. He went to a wedding.
Right. And
I just watched some interview, something they were just talking to him on a podcast or something not too long ago.
Right.
I can't remember.
And Ron is not stirring up hell or anything.
Who?
Ron. R-Truth.
Not lately.
No, you should say his whole name. You got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. Ron Killings. You can't just say Ron.
Couple shows.
No, he ain't been doing nothing.
He was just there on Monday because he was interfering once again. And Damian Priest was trying to tell him to calm down. That was on SmackDown.
Right.
Calm down, you know. But R-Truth like, man, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Then you had Jacob and Jimmy rather. I always get him confused because there was interference with that, and Jimmy came down and say Jacob. Jacob came down and say Jimmy. So they met in the parking lot talking. I didn't need your help. Well, I didn't need your help either. And then Jacob just let him know, hey, if you stay the course, you ride the wave, we can vibe. You know what I mean?
Yada I mean. You gotta say it. You gotta roll the tongue.
I can't roll my tongue.
You know what I'm saying? Remember, all gas, no brakes.
So I'm smelling an alliance with those two, definitely.
Yeah. And Roman is on a hiatus, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's actually...
I know I told you he's about to do that movie.
He's going to do that new Street Fighter movie that's gonna come out.
Yeah, he's playing the voice of remember I showed you.
Oh, you talking about the anime?
Yeah,
No, it's live. It's real people being in it.
It's live,
like the Mortal Kombat movie and stuff. Yeah.
So he's playing Kama.
I'm not sure. He is playing a guy that looks like Roman Reigns with the little. I can't think of his
Do he
name.
got beads around him?
They're like white kind of.
Yeah. Is he dressed like Ken and Raul?
No. That particular his particular character isn't, but they have Jason Momoa is gonna be the green dude. What the hell's his name?
Blanca,
yeah. Jason Momoa is gonna play Blanca.
that was the one I was showing you. Remember the characters?
Yeah, no. So that means
some other good, like,
Roman is playing Raul's like mentor or master, Kama, because Kama has he has these big thick beads around his neck, and his gi.
He kind of looks like Roman Reigns.
His gi is shaped just like Ryu and Ken's, but the only thing is his is purple and his hair is like red, and it kind of like stands up a little bit. So yeah, okay, yeah, because I was hearing about that. I just hope they don't fuck it up.
Hey, 50 Cent's gonna be in it too.
Yeah, I seen that. He's supposed to play
boxer.
He's supposed to play Ball Road.
Yeah,
I'm like, really? 50 playing it, man? You know what? Y'all could have got somebody else, bro. You could have got somebody that was a UFC fighter to play that role. I'm like, man. And then I wonder who's supposed to be playing Chun-Li. So, well, we gonna see. But that's completely off topic or whatever else. So we got through all that, and when I say I wanted to open forum is because me and my wife, we was talking about something, and to me it may stir up some little bit of controversy, people, and this is just politicking here. So she told me that we know they just went over to, what was it, Saudi Arabia for a Night of Champion, and then they supposed to be going back when? October or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And we know what just happened not too long ago with what Trump did and everything else. Do you think he's really looking out for his wrestlers in the best interest and still trying to go over there? Because she also said that, the black wrestlers, there was a lot of racism and hate towards them. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why keep going over there if the black wrestlers are experiencing this? And then on top of this, we're on the brink of fucking war, and you're not worried about their safety. Like, What is it? Are you really about the money, or you just going over there for the fans? So I'm just trying to figure. I just want to get y'all thought on that.
Well, for me, obviously, it's the money, but I think it's like a combination of both. It's not like it was with Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, in my opinion, didn't take care of any of his wrestlers, which is why some of them turned out the way that they did.
Right.
But in this case, Triple H is kind of looking out because, unfortunately, you can't control what people do.
Right.
You can't control what the crowd thinks and what they say.
Mm-hmm.
You still got to go out there and perform.
Right.
So I think to a degree, he's looking out for him. But, I mean, there's only so much you can do. And when you had set deals with Saudi Arabia, and I think it's over the next 10 years, they had set this deal that you have to honor the contract. You can't back out the contract because this is a contract. So you have to honor it. So it's hard to decipher everything, but I think as far as him looking out for his minority wrestlers, I think he's doing a better job, I would say, and giving them chances, throughout. But like I said, you really can't control what the crowd does because, believe it or not, there's always been racism, no matter where they go. I mean, one point they called Roman Reigns the N-word one time when that time is he the Shield and he was walking out in the crowd or anything like that. So it's like you can't control what other people do.
What you think?
I feel the same. I mean, it's a hard topic. Like, I know they're like at ceasefire right now or whatever over there, but still, anything can happen anytime. And then, like, I don't know. And if the wrestlers get caught over, that's not good either, you know? Like, if they get caught over, then they can't come back here.
Yeah.
Then what's that going to do for the company?
Yeah. That's that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, he can decide that, you know what? Oh, you got, you know, other American people over here. Let me go on over here to this. But then now you interfering in Saudi Arabia airspace and whatever you're doing, and now you can end up starting something with them. So, you know,
I'm just saying, hopefully, if that does happen, he will look at that and realize, even though that has nothing to do with us or Saudi Arabia or whatever, that they would take caution and say, "Nah, we can't do it. We just have to either postpone it to a later date or."
Because they were talking about, maybe was reading something that they were talking about posting the Night of Champions or something because of all that was going on or something.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up having it.
Right.
So,
okay. Well,
I don't know what happened
see,
with that.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here just speaking from, you know, just general concern and everything else. We know the world we live in. We know where we at right now. We know the things that happen. We know what the Trump is doing. We know what type of things happen when, you know, black wrestlers go over there. But at the end of the day, you know, we still got to learn to try to be, I guess, professional. Like, hey, I'm coming over here to wrestling, and I got to, you know, tone that out or whatever else. That's just like if NBA players are playing, hey, and they saying certain things, they own it quick because they're going to identify who them people are, and then they removing them from the arena and you know, so on. So, but at the same of the day, you know, like you say, at the end of the day, Triple H, all he could do is monitor it, keep an eye on it, because I'm sure he got a team around it that's talking to him about it. Right. And they just sit here and say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea right now. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, keep doing this thing. Another thing I want to bring up, and this was because I play WWE 2K25, and I noticed that after, let's say, and people know what I'm talking about, if I'm playing Universal Mode, or if I'm playing My Rise, or if I'm playing Faction, and Faction is where, My Faction, where you get these persona cards and everything else, and you have to do a certain amount of things to be able to open this card or get this next card or whatever else. And that led me into thinking, like, who would you say had the best or entrance that you like? When you see their entrance, you just instantly get hyped. It's like, oh man.
On the game?
No, I'm just talking about just real wrestlers.
In general.
In general, like, what wrestler you know will, like, literally get you hyped the minute you either see that music, they hit the lights to do something, and you just instantly know who that is.
I don't know if I can see the music, but I can hear it.
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
Well, it's gonna be more than one.
I mean, that's what I opened it up for.
Today, like Rhea, when she started coming out, and them decimals be hitting as high as they do, because they even show it in the corner how loud it is when she come out. Mm-hmm. I would try to imitate that, but I can't get my leg that high.
It's crazy when she does that stomp. I seen it.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing ever, man. Yeah. Like when she did that.
Yeah. Like I said, I just can't get my leg that high no more.
You couldn't get your leg that high when you was a youngster.
Please, I was doing splits back then, so it was not a big deal.
Are you sure about that? You don't look like an athlete.
He's a hater. I have been playing sports since I was 6 years old. Thank you.
Hey, y'all know I love this woman, and I'm not hating on her. I'm just messing with her. I know she plays sports, but
that's one. Mm-hmm. Another one that gets me kind of hype a little bit is Asuka. Because I don't know what mask she's going to put on. I don't know how. Because I do like the different masks that she has. And I just don't know what mask she's going to have on.
I'm not going to front. we'll be at home, right? And if Oscar had been gone a minute or whatever else, I keep asking my wife, man, when is my girl coming out? When's my girl? And then for some strange reason, shit hit pause. She's like, you need to come upstairs real quick. I run upstairs. I'm like, you what you? She's like, look. And then I hear that. Dun. I'm like, it's Oscar. It's Oscar. Man, I'm like a little kid, like a little boy. I be ready to jump on the bed, like, because
I like how she had her makeup done too underneath the mask too. It looked really cool.
And how she comes out and doing her little dance with her robe and everything else, man. It gets me hyped like a little kid again. That's
another one that gets me hyped too is Roman Reigns when he came out and did the one.
Yeah. That because you just hit him, doo. And you hear that, it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking Roman. And then he walks out so cool, he just kind of like, man, I can't say nothing. It's Roman, man. That's like for me, back then, I used to get geeked when Stone Cold came out.
I used to get geeked when DX would come out.
I wasn't a big fan of DX.
Are you ready?
Yeah, you used to dig that in the 90s, man. Like, no, it's like
they used to crack me up with their little skits and antics and stuff.
Right,
they used to do.
And this wrestler show, like, I used to get geeked when Shawn Michaels came out because I just like the way he came out with the pyro and all that. That's what got me. I was like, okay, all right, but I wasn't like a big, huge fan. I was just a fan of his entrance.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
That was dry. Sorry.
What about Booker T and
Harlem
Heat back then?
Yeah.
Now Booker T got me hyped too. When you see you hear that dun. Yeah.
Can you dig it, sucker? You know what I'm saying? Booker T, you know what I'm saying? He got me hyped like The Rock, like say when his came.
The Warrior got you hyped?
Oh yes. Hey, people. if you were around to see the Warrior wrestle when you was little kids, and these are, I'm talking about my 70s babies, I'm talking about my 80s babies. You knew when you heard that music, you got hype. Even though he ran to the ring, it still was like,
yeah, you just wanted to get up and shake them ropes like him.
Yeah. You couldn't say nothing, man. That the Road Warriors. I used to get hyped when the Road Warriors came out because I think was it Hulk?
Hulk and Animal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who the one that started off would say, "Oh, what a rush!"
That was Hulk.
Yeah, man, I just got hyped. I'm like,
but you get hyped now when Jay be yeet. You get hyped out for that.
Yeah. I know we got video footage of me. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna post that on TikTok, people. I don't have no problem with posting that on my social. I'm gonna post it on TikTok, so anything like that.
Yeah, he also failed too. So
no, I didn't.
The point is, when you yeet, you gotta make sure you have a flat surface because there's a whole bunch of arm movement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want you to understand me and listening to my case at this point in time. My wife is over here being very delusional. I did not fall.
I said almost fall
at all. I didn't almost fall doing Jay yeeting. I didn't.
Although I do like Jimmy's thing better.
You said that's the thing. You said you like Jimmy's music over Jay's better.
Yeah, because that beat gets you when you first hear that dun 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 dun. Then you hear him go.
Yeah, but I
think Bianca's too was good.
Oh, Bianca. I ain't gonna lie. I get a hype because that's something. That is something new. That is something different. You know what I'm saying? I heard Tiffany Stratton's, and it's not no. Honestly, I don't get hype, but it is pretty cool to see Charlotte come out because it's like she took her dad's stuff, but then she put her own little spin on it too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That Becky's is okay. It's not like one of those that get you hype, but it's okay. Now, Seth, Oh man, I love his because I never know how Seth gonna come out.
What
This
is in
and
a
that.
crazy outfit?
Yeah, with crazy outfit, and then he dancing, and then I just love when he just stand there, and especially when he stand in the middle of the ring and he got his arms out.
Yeah, I just want everybody to sing my song.
You know
It's
that
like-
that is pretty cool. And then I remember when Cody was on AEW, and I would see him, and I'm like, oh, damn, changed his name to American, Nightmare. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But at that time, I never heard his interest of seeing anything. And then when he eventually came back he came back in the Royal Rumble, right? That was the first time he came back?
No, he just came.
But I thought the Royal Rumble was coming up. Did he come back and enter it, or he just showed up at the Royal Rumble the first time he came back?
I thought he just came back and he just wrestled in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, but,
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's not the first time he was there. He was there months before the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when he eventually first came back to the WWE.
That was before the Royal Rumble.
But regardless,
But the first time you seen him wrestle was probably then because I was watching it. But he was back before then.
yeah, because you kept saying there was a possibility of him coming back.
Right.
So, but when I heard his, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah.
I'm digging that, man.
Because that was in the AEW. That was...
I'm digging that. You know what I'm saying? Anything else for you? Any other interests that you may like that just like get you like the Rock say? You see them goosebumps? Just give you goosebumps.
But nobody can say Stone Cold now.
Oh, I said Stone Cold, that
Yeah,
and the Undertaker, man.
Maybe Kane back in the day. He come out with the fire.
Yeah,
I want to say the very first time he came out,
yeah.
the very, very first time, and over that time, but when later, nah.
But the Undertaker though, man, them lights go off and you just hear that dong. You like, oh shit, it's a fucking Undertaker, man. You know, like what can you do? But when he came out as the American Badass though, because I can remember before that song, he came out to Limp Bizkit, Rollin'. I'm looking like, what the Undertaker? And he came, I'm like, oh, you clean my glasses off the Undertaker? Like, wow. Other interests that got me hype.
I like Bret Hart's too.
Oh yeah, Bret's was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Hart, because that was the Hart Foundation, but he switched it up though.
Yeah. I was just hoping to be in the front row so I can get the glasses.
Like, it's another one I like. I just like his music. She wasn't feeling Mr. Perfect.
No,
she wasn't feeling the music. I was like, I like the music that Mr. Perfect had. You know, it was pretty cool, man. Even though, his interest wasn't all that. I got a buddy of mine that love Ravishing Rick Rude. His whole interest, his whole thing. I'm like, you like that? He was like, yeah. And what he call them, Cincinnati sweat hogs and everything. I'm looking like, what?
Don't let me have to redo the whole thing again.
All right, go ahead. What would he say to the crowd?
But first, after he cut my music, what I like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, depending on what city he was in, Cincinnati sweat hogs, keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show the ladies what a real sexy man looks like. Hit my music.
I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
And then
throw the sweat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was just pretty cool. You ain't got
Triple H.
You like Triple H? Which one was
Which
the
one?
Bow to the Master?
It's all about the game.
Oh yeah. That was pretty dope.
I like when he when he had that crown.
Oh,
he had
that was for WrestleMania. That was like that's when he had Stephanie on the bike of that punk ass bike. I'm looking like, man, come on, man. But
they did a lot of different stuff with Triple H over the years.
They did change him up a lot.
Rey Mysterio is one bad. I like the one when he came, he jumped, and then the pyro went.
Mine was Eddie Guerrero. Viva la raza.
Oh yeah. Eddie Guerrero did his thing, and
When he came out with the different cars.
yeah, right.
The different lowriders, rather, and
like I said, still for me, one of my favorites is it's Goldberg, man. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? You come back that knot, walking, you stand in the steam, little pyro, and I'm looking like, man, I know that shit gotta be burning you, bro. He breathing it in, and then how he do his kick and arms and everything, he blow it out. I'm like, that shit right there is cool as hell, man.
What do you think's like the funniest, like a funny, like way somebody comes out?
I thought Doink the Clown shit was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that shit was funny. Doink. I was just gonna like.
How about back in the day, like when The Godfather used to come out?
Oh,
with his hose.
It's the hose.
I thought that was kind of hilarious. Or what's that one guy? Val Venus. Back in
I bet you got a lot of kids in trouble with that.
right.
I thought
The funniest, I had 3 of them that I thought, and you probably don't remember them. One was Brodus Clay, and that's when you saw Naomi and Cameron dancing with him.
Funk is on the road. Funk is on
and he
the
was
road.
always offbeat with the girls.
Yeah.
The second one, I don't know if you remember this one. No Way Jose.
No Way Jose. Damn, I don't think I remember No Way Jose.
He always came out dancing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to think about that one. Yeah, all right.
And the other one was, I think I'm going to say his name wrong, Adam Rose.
Oh, Adam Rose and the party people. I'm like, yeah.
Which was a bunch of future wrestlers that we see right now that was always in his crew.
Yeah, because she pointed out to me, Becky was a part of that.
And Braun Strowman.
I'm like,
I think Naomi was too.
I'm like, wow, like this is crazy. Another one I thought that was funny, but it was still kind of like, it was cool, but at times funny, because I was just like, stand back, it's the hurricane. I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, dog.
Remember, who was that? Scotty Too Hottie and
Too
Cool or whatever they're called.
Too Cool.
Too Cool, yeah. Scotty
and we're Rikishi.
Oh man, dude, Rikishi.
Their stupid dance.
Oh, Rikishi.
Yeah, you had to put the sunglasses on to dance.
Hey, Coco Bewares was kind of little cool at one point in time. He used to come out.
I just like the bird.
What was the bird's name?
Frankie.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Coco Beware, Junkyard Dog. I'm like, you know, but it's still some ones that was just too funny because, like, I ain't gonna lie, when what's her name? We was just talking about not too long ago. Nikki Cross, when she coming out, pay attention, bitch. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't a big fan of Trish Stratus' entrance.
Even though I didn't realize that was Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
Doing her song.
I wasn't a big fan of hers. Leaders I thought was cool. Her and the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, because Jeff made it cool. You know, him dancing to it.
Right.
You know, and everything else. I always thought he was more talented than his brother, though.
Yeah, Matt was kind of dry.
You know what I'm saying?
And Jeff did a lot more.
Right. I like the Steiner brothers when they were literally the Steiner brothers. That was pretty cool. And sorry, people, spoiler alert, I was not this big fan of Hulk Hogan. I am a real American. No.
I agree. Because I was happy when the Ultimate Warrior beat him in WrestleMania 6. Because I'm like, somebody else got to get this title. Wow, Hulk Hogan for 20 years.
Just like
he won this title.
Hey, I thought Dusty Rhodes shit was pretty cool. Now that was cool. I'm just a common man. I was like, okay, now that I can get behind.
They should have did more with him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, by that time he did the polka dots, he was a legend.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes was a legend. Who did not know Dusty Rhodes before he even got to the WWE?
Yeah. Stardust shit was pretty cool though. You know, when it went to gold, the whole screen. Right. I'm like,
You mixing up Goldust with Stardust?
I mean, Goldust. I'm sorry, yeah. Goldust shit was pretty cool though. When the whole thing went to gold.
Yeah, don't bring that up with Cody Rhodes no more with Stardust.
And then now, like when I'm talking about tag team, I don't know if I like the Street Profits old music or they new music. I think I like they old music better than they new.
It was a toss up for me.
Yeah, because I mean,
I like them both actually.
Most of this stuff she have people. Like, she have most of these people theme entrance song. Like, I know she got...
But if you download it, there's an actual song. It's not like it is at the arena. So it's an actual song, actual singers, actual...
So she got Alexa Bliss. I know she has on there.
Yeah, a lot of people. You can't even name them all.
I don't think she got Nia Jax.
No,
she don't have Nia Jax. But... that. And then on top of that, so reason why I say I was bringing that up, because I just wanted to share with you guys some of our favorite interests. You know, why don't you put it in the chat and tell us what were some of your favorite, interests that, like, the minute you heard that it got you hyped, you would stop doing whatever the hell you was doing. I don't care if you was cooking, cleaning, you stop dead in the middle of that shit, be like, hey, you ran to the damn TV screen. And then, she said with the women, when they win, they don't really show them much of like how they celebrate in the ring. But the men, they do though.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that is kind of true though. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say who got the coolest victory when they win. You know what I'm saying? Like when they win, just be like, oh shit, yeah, I still got to stay around. Cause like New Day, when they win, they should be funny as hell.
Well, when they were baby faces,
and Biggie used to be dancing or whatever else, and Kofi would be twerking. I'm like, man, and then Xavier with the horn,
the trombone,
right?
Yeah, trombone. New Day rocks. I'm like, okay, God dang it, man, my phone over here blowing up, man. Leave me alone, people. But like that was just like that was cool. Oh, I you know what? I wasn't digging his music, but I like Batista the way he came out. I like Batista but I was like, when I seen him do it when he came back, I was like, nah, Batista, them knees ain't like that no more, bro. You can't do that. Edge had a pretty cool entrance. I was digging that, you know what I'm saying? The rated R superstar, like you gotta. You know what? Matter of fact. What other wrestlers you know that you like other than their actual in-ring name? They had like a little extra catch to it. Like you say, you had Edge, the rated R superstar. What other wrestlers you thought that had like that other nickname to go with their persona name that you like?
Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Remember Hardcore Holly?
Yeah, Hardcore Holly. That was pretty cool. I mean, obviously,
the excellence of execution.
Oh yeah, Brett. I mean, and obviously, you know what I'm saying. Randy Orton, RKO is like,
and got the OTC, baby.
Yeah, the original tribal chief. You know what I'm saying?
Or Seth had too many names. I can't even.
Monday Night Messiah.
He was Seth freaking Rollins now. He was the architect. Mm-hmm. He was, I think those main ones.
The visionary.
The visionary. I said at one point in time, remember he called himself the Monday Night Messiah. I'm like,
nah.
Like you like.
I think they're just trying to do a play on words that kind of sound good together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like he was pretty. Who are some of the people you think did some of the best promos?
But definitely got to put Stone Cold on that list. Definitely. The Rock too. He did some good promos. Ron Killings, aka R-Truth.
You think he cut good promos?
Yeah, he made you laugh. I mean, just some of the stuff he would say. Like, he would confuse wrestlers. Like, recently, he confused Tommaso Ciampa with Triple H. So, I mean, stuff like that. I thought that was hilarious. That's the few off the top of my head that really...
Only one come to mind to me. And that was probably like the greatest promo person. No, two. And that's Macho Man Randy Savage and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. His promos.
Oh, you forgot about Dusty Rhodes. You gotta put.
Oh yeah, Dusty Rhodes did have some good ass promos.
Mine. I was gonna say Macho Man.
Yeah,
you gotta put Dusty in there somewhere.
Yeah, like, but I'm just saying, like, Ric Flair, his promos were like, man, it's just like, what? Hold on, rewind. What did he just say? I mean, because now you could do that. Back then,
right?
You had to catch it and you caught it, right. You caught it. But now you can rewind it. Like, okay, good. And I don't see women cutting too many good promos
because they don't do it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Still, when Rhea get on the mic though, Rhea letting you know how she feel. I can't give her that. When Rhea is standing front and center,
like a Kairi Sane promo or something she was trying to do, saying she wants coming for gold or something. I don't know. It was like,
and she's like the pirate princess. Yeah,
that was kind of lame.
Oh man,
they don't do promos like they used to.
Yeah.
Like, you just hear them come out, they might just say a few things. But I know Jey Uso right now, he doesn't do too many bad promos.
The women that I know they used to do promos back in the day that was really good at it.
Sensational Sherry.
Yeah. And what was the other one? Is it Luna?
You thought Luna Vachon did some good promos?
Yeah, some of her promos were okay.
Luna, I just wish they would have done better with her. And it's almost like they didn't give her a chance.
Right.
Too much to do the promos. But Sensational Sherry, when it came down with the guy, she held her own. Even in WCW with the Harlem Heat, she had. You couldn't top her.
I think from a clip like back in the day, I think Macho Man like slapped her really hard back then. Like when they were in a match or something. Oh, I was like, damn, they used to do that back then? Like hit him like that?
Yeah.
But obviously
nowadays it's not like that, but
I'm pretty sure she gave him permission to do that.
I was like, dang, he smacked the shit out of her.
Yeah, but Macho Man did cut some good promos too. Like, we remember the cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Had the actual cup.
And let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm like, he used to be killing me with that Mean Gene, boy. You know what?
Could anybody else understand what the Ultimate Warrior was saying?
Half the time you couldn't.
I just wanted to know the
powers from the wind and
the thunder and the lightning.
Right.
And
you know what I'm saying? Then also, I thought Jimmy Hart went bad.
Jimmy Hart?
Yeah, I thought he went bad. For his tag teams, I thought Jimmy Hart wasn't bad, though. Jimmy Hart was pretty cool.
He was just loud.
The mouth of the South.
With that megaphone, too. No, he was just loud.
He was just mouth of the South, baby.
That was too much mouth from the South.
Oh man, like I mean, that's pretty. Oh, I'm sorry. Another interest that I did, like I'm bringing it back up, even though I think it was just the music, whatever. But Jade ain't too bad. It's okay. It ain't too bad, but it's okay. Could be a little bit better. You know, I'm one of those people that like the music got to go along with the way you coming out, and then the pyro. If you got a little bit of pyro, it's cool. Then you get me. Like when Roman came out for that WrestleMania, I was like, damn, Roman, that's too much pyro, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna drip on your head, bro. You know, come on, man.
Well, he had what was that? The Avatar too.
Oh yeah, that was dope. All of the Bloodline had it.
Well, at one point he had Jimmy and Jay next to him. Yep.
And that was that right there. That was
Oh, back to the promos. I forgot 2. I think we did say Roddy Piper, right?
No, we did. Yes.
He did some good.
He got to be the king.
And speaking of the king, Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
He did got some good promos.
But they said that with Roddy Piper, man, his promos just like legendary. Like,
yeah, the stuff that that's the thing with those two, stuff that they came up with in the promos. And it's just like they were.
And he literally wrote this shit down.
Well, they both did. And they were just quick with it.
Right. Who did he hit with the fucking coconut again?
That was Jimmy Snuka. to this day, that's still funny. Man, they both rest in peace. But that was funny. And even now I watch it, I still crack up at that. Just took that crack. He knocked the whole set.
And then remember back then, that's when they was throwing people through actual glass.
Yeah. And now it's like sugar glass or something.
Yeah, like
you don't even see it really nowadays.
But those chair shots,
like that.
Yeah, those chair shots.
They were using like them real steel chairs.
Now, when you see him here with the chair, it folds up instantly.
Right.
I'm like,
it's almost like a certain spot
right
that they hit him with on the chair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. And even back then, they even showed how they would start bleeding if they didn't right away. They had like little razors and stuff hidden in there, and they would start cutting themselves.
Because I don't know how many times New Jack done cut his ass on his head, boy.
Man, he rest in peace.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's New Jack.
But I think that was mainly drugs with him. How he could survive, because I don't even know how he survived some of those matches. Honestly.
Yeah, man.
I really don't.
I mean, like I said, man, it's just there they go, shooting fireworks off.
Hey, 3 days early.
3 days early, you know what I'm saying? They shooting fireworks off by your house already?
I already watched them last Friday at the park by my house. They had like a show and everything, a bunch of people.
So what they supposed to do for the 4th then? Gonna do another one?
I guess other towns are doing it. I don't know. A lot of places do it like that, like a week early, or like before now, for some reason.
Well, with that being said and done, people, we gonna get ready to wrap it up here. We just wanted to bring. I just wanted to open up a forum to talk about some of your best, wrestlers' entrants that you love, and then some of, some corny ones. That I just thought that was just so damn corny. I'm looking like I said, for me, Hurricane, that shit was fun, but it was corny as hell too. Like, I ain't getting it. Like, stand back. It's a hurricane. What?
And then he just jump off and with the cape and. Whew.
Right, that's it. So that's like, some of the things we just want to talk about. We touched on Night of Champions. We touched on SmackDown. We touched on Raw. Everything else. So next time we come on, we're gonna make sure that we're always stay up to date on current matches, events, anything that's going on in Raw, SmackDown, anything like that. Next time we come on here, I think we'll talk a little bit more about
It's gonna be Evolution and Saturday Night's Main Event. They're back to back.
Right. Next time we come on here, we'll talk a little bit more about NXT, and we will also talk a little bit more about AEW. Do you watch AEW?
Once in a while.
Okay.
I do.
We'll talk about a little bit about AEW because my wife watches it, because you have former WWE stars that went over to AEW, and I think they're doing better over at AEW than they were doing over at WWE. So with that being said, we know Trick Williams is in TNA right now because he has the title.
He just has the title because TNA and WWE is pretty much the same.
Right. Do we know who is taking on JC Jane for the title in NXT?
They're doing a tournament. But
they got all 4 of the women now, or no, all 3 of the women, because it should be a fatal 4-way, right?
I don't know yet. I have to look.
Okay.
They probably already had it by now, but I forgot, so I have to look.
Okay. All right. So with that being said and done, please recommend this to your family, recommend it to your friends, whatever else. Give us thumbs like up. Let's keep pushing those numbers up, ladies and gentlemen, when we're on all platforms, anything like that. If you see anything, if you hear anything, please post it in the chat, send us videos, send us questions, comments, anything like that. Keep pushing those things up. Like I said, I'm going to post myself on TikTok when I was eating. So if you laugh, whatever else, it's all good. And it was just funny. It was a good time that day or whatever else. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, please be blessed. Be safe out there. And this is the WWE Podcast. Until next time, we'll see you later. All gas, no brakes. You know what I mean?
In your case, more gas, no brakes.
You know what? Don't listen to my wife. Ignore her, ladies and gentlemen. Please. All gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? Deuces.